What's up, everyone? Welcome to the RRBG podcast. In this episode, it's the return of Danny Walker. He hit me up to talk about some of the projects he has going on, including the band Avitus, which is about to drop some new music. I've already got a glimpse, and it's amazing. There's the band Arötis, Circuit of Suns, Vimana. He's got a bunch of projects in the works. We talk a little bit about all of them, all the different genres that he's working in, all the different studios and the people that he's collaborating with. We talked about his journey to get back into the scene, having certain articles with allegations that have been taken down since, finally feeling comfortable enough to speak about it. We talked about his mental health. It was a really deep conversation. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to follow him at Danny Walker Drummer. Go check out Avitus as soon as you can. Click down here for the subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Put the little bell so you can get notifications whenever we put new videos out. I hear that helps. And then if you get a chance, check out our Patreon page. Go to patreon.com/RRBG and support the podcast. Cheers. Shout out to Killcliff. Thank you for sending me these delicious drinks. This is the recovery one I'm using because I've been having a couple of rough nights. Just going out, staying out late. And this only has 25 milligrams of caffeine, so it's not like I'm going to get super hyped. I don't need that. I just need to wake up a little bit. So I'm going to drink this.
Can you email me one of those?
Yeah, I'll email you one, dude.
Right,
I'll send it in. I'll drop it in a Dropbox.
Okay.
Oh, boy. All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the RRBG podcast. I'm here with my homie, Mr. Danny Walker. How are you, brother?
I'm excellent. Doing real good, man.
Sorry for the back and forth. You know, I was pooping earlier. I'm just going to be honest with the audience, and I had to delay our conversation for a couple minutes.
It's okay. It's okay. Understandable.
Yeah,
man. A good poop, you know?
Of course. You know, it's one of those things you can't control.
No.
Like, when you got to go, you got to go. There's no stopping that. I'm pulling up this list that you sent me, which has blown my mind because you are in like 17 bands now or something like that. You're turning into the Mike Patton of drums. What's going on?
Well, it's different now because a lot of these new projects have developed throughout the pandemic.
Yeah.
And a lot of these bands I've never even played with in real life. I've never rehearsed with them, you know, kind of writing music over the internet. It is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more of the in-room jam. I love that vibe, but you have to get used to it, right? The new style.
Right. Yeah, there's a certain, I don't know, element to, you know, writing music in a room with people and, you know, getting that feedback and, you know, cohesiveness. And I miss that a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, you do what you can do. So a lot of these projects have developed, you know.
It's amazing, man. I heard the Avitus. Am I saying that right? Avitus?
Yep.
And it's insane.
Yeah, I'm excited. I loved the first EP, and I'm really excited about the new one. I was happy that Josh Newell could be a part of the mixing process, you know, who had worked with Intronaut in the past.
Yeah. You
know, he's the homie, and he does an excellent job. So, yeah, that's out there on Apple Music and Spotify and Bandcamp, all that stuff. So
it's heavy, it's melodic, it's progressive. I mean, like, you know, it feels like you're getting back in the groove of what you were doing when you were in Intronaut. You know, and I like it because you've been messing around with different genres as well. Like, I know you were doing stuff with Blind John Pope that was kind of more bluesy,
right,
jazzy. Right. So tell me more about the other ones that I haven't heard so much of, like Arötis. Am I saying that right? Arötis. Okay. And there's Vimana too. So tell me about those.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end of 2018, Mike Darren got in contact with me. He's the guitarist of a progressive death metal band called Circuit of Suns. You know, they're on the East Coast, upstate New York. And he had hit me up about doing a project, and we started Arötis. He was writing all this material that didn't necessarily fit in with the Circuit of Sun stuff. You know, it wasn't as brutal.
Yeah.
So we basically have just been writing music and sending each other files for a long time. And I tracked my drums a year ago at Kevin from Dillinger Escape Plan Studio, Backroom Studios.
Kevin and Trizian.
Yes.
Back studio. Fuck, am I saying that wrong?
Backroom Studios.
Backroom Studio.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
hey, he does good shit over there.
always a pleasure tracking with him. That was, in fact, the first time I tracked with him. I was recently there less than a month ago.
Nice.
Picking up where we left off, I did some Circuit of Sun stuff and some additional Arötis stuff to add to what we've already done. This project is kind of lagged a little bit due to some member changes, and now we've got like a solid lineup. So you can expect that, to be released, early this year, as well as a new Circuit of Suns album.
Nice,
and then
nice.
the Vimana stuff is, like I said, Zach Joe, who was an original guitarist of Cephalic Carnage, hit me up there looking for a drummer. They were working with someone before that for a while. And then, of course, Nick from Cephalic plays in that band as well, but guess what? He's not playing bass. He's just on vocals.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's interesting.
This stuff is super cool, and it's very reminiscent to the whole like early 2000s, Relapse Records genre. I mean, I really think of Relapse having a genre. Like it's just
Yeah, it's its own thing for sure.
It's its own thing.
Yeah,
and it screams that. So it's a lot of fun, and
that's awesome,
get
dude.
it. Yeah. So I'm in the process of learning that stuff right now and kind of demoing up some stuff for them.
Fun fact about Nick: he was the first person I had on the show with video. For like 4 years, I just did audio for the podcast, and then like when the pandemic hit, I was like, maybe I'll start doing video, and he was the first guest as in video form.
Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew you had done an interview with him, but I didn't realize it was so long ago.
Yeah, dude, it's been a while, but
nice.
he's busy, and it's good to hear that you guys are working together. That guy's a monster. So, and you worked together before, and Job for a Cowboy, right?
Yep. Yeah, we did the Sun Eater together, and we wrote a lot of that stuff. Man, I had like the most time I've ever had to track drums for any record. I was there for like 10 days, so he and I really got to like work on stuff together and write out parts. So that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, the Cephalic stuff. We most recently, we did Psycho Las Vegas.
Nice. Yes, that's right.
We did a sort of a local warm-up gig in Denver before that.
Nice.
It was just such a trip. I mean, literally, that was my first show in over a year.
How were you feeling? Were you nervous about the whole,
Totally
thing?
nervous.
Okay.
I think everyone is a little nervous.
Yeah.
But the beauty about it was that, all these bands that played Psycho were all in the same boat.
Yeah.
No one had really played,
Right.
So, but it was really nice to see everybody.
Trying to figure out how close you can get. Should we hug? Are we doing fist bumps? Are we doing elbows?
I know. That's always the question.
And it's still kind of weird, man. Like, I've been talking to a couple people that are on tour right now, like Adam and Jesse from Killswitch, or, they're like, we're coming to LA. You want to go to the show? I'm like, sure. Can I see you, though? And they're like, nope, can't leave the bus. And they're because Joel apparently got COVID, so they sent him home. And they're like, we're on lockdown. Now we can't see anyone. It's like, that sucks. That's a shitty tour. If you can't see any of your friends, you're going around the cities and you can't even see your friends. Like, that's got to suck.
That's really unfortunate. Were you safe from COVID?
I have not gotten it. I mean, I think I got it before it was a thing, like like a hipster.
I had their first demo.
Yeah, I had the first demo on vinyl, I think I caught it at NAMM.
Okay, that makes sense.
January 2020, I got so fucking, like 2.5 weeks, no taste, no smell, couldn't breathe, couldn't sleep. I felt like I was choking while I was sleeping.
Those are the sure signs right there. Like,
yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what I had then. Haven't had anything like that since, so I've been lucky. I've been good.
I got it twice. I got the OG variant. Yeah.
You got to get a punch card for all the different variants now.
Right. And the first one was pretty brutal. I lost my sense of smell. I had like fatigue and body ache, nausea, brutal sore throat and a cough. And then just to top it off at the end of that year, I caught it in December and got the Omicron variant, which wasn't as bad, but still sucked, And I'd gotten the vaccine and everything.
That's just the thing, man, that we're on a course where we're just going to start getting these things, and we have to just attempt to be healthier.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just look out for what you're eating and your diet and your intake of alcohol. Like, I'm drinking, but on the weekends, I'm trying to reduce that even. I'm just having like a beer or two on the weekends. But, it's a matter of just staying healthy, because you're going to get something. And if you're healthy, you can kick it real quick.
Yeah, really, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
But yeah, twice in 1 year. And, I guess I dodged the whole Delta variant. That's what everyone was worried about. In August, that was like during the Psycho Las Vegas festival. And
I know a bunch of people got it at Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are your lungs? Are you feeling any kind of fatigue when like playing drums? Have you noticed that like your stamina might be shorter or anything?
I never had any respiratory issues. I do sense a little, lingering fatigue. But I don't know. I mean, that just maybe also because I'm just fucking out of shape. I'm not rehearsing with a bunch of bands.
You're not on tour. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not on tour. I'm not rehearsing 4 times a week with, it's just, and I'm not very disciplined when I'm on my own, I need others to,
Yeah. Hey, put the pizza down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how have you been, man? I saw your post today, or was that yesterday? But I saw it today. You were saying that, some things are coming to light that should have come to light before.
Things are just, coming together for me, like a lot of new projects are blooming, and people that I've worked with in the past are working with me. And I guess most notably, what I was kind of referring to is just finally getting, these publications to retract their articles on these, the whole allegations thing.
Yeah.
Which is, it's about time, because, let me just lay it down. These were allegations. Also, I have no record or history of violence. I was never arrested, charged, or convicted of anything approximating domestic abuse, and it raised this question because, yes, Intronaut did fire me, but I mean, you got to look at like the day and age that we live in. And like you said before, this is on the cusp of cancel culture and Me Too. And you're taking a big risk,
Yeah. And it's one of those things too, that it's a touchy subject, because obviously, you want to be supportive and want to listen to women that come out and stuff. But if there's no evidence, and it's just kind of this vindictive thing or some kind of, whatever it is, like it ends up ruining someone's life just as maybe like a joke or an attempt at like a troll job. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. It's a weird thin line. Like, look at what's going on with, it's still a big topic right now, cancel culture. It's just shifted to Joe Rogan now.
Well, really, it's just a shame. And, again, and I want to stress that, I have always supported women and women's rights, and I support the Me Too movement too.
Yeah.
Within reason. What I mean is, unless someone's going to abuse this platform and use it as a weapon out of spite and anger, that's totally different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's possible that could happen. I mean, like, that's my experience, and I just think it's our job as people to just be a little more careful and accountable about that, and just kind of like wait for an outcome. You can't just blast someone on the internet.
Yeah.
The court of public opinion is so easily swayed, and
absolutely,
people are very reactionary, and they tend to lack critical thinking. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just there are two sides to every story. It's not just black and white. Obviously I wasn't pleased with Intronaut's decision, but at the end of the day, I understand it. It's just, I think they did what others would have done, especially in this political climate today. It's scary, you gotta watch what you do and watch what you say, and Yeah.
Because your whole career can go down in flames, and now not just you, there's, when you're dealing with a band like Intronaut, like you guys were getting bigger and bigger every album release. So you have a lot of mouths to feed that are like attached to the project now. It's not just you, it's, the band and the band's families and blah, 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 blah. It keeps extending. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
like I said, ultimately it was a business decision. And also ultimately, it's my fault for getting involved with situations like this that could threaten the band. So it's not their job to take care of this. It was my job to take care of it.
Yeah.
And I think, they might've just been sick of some past drama and stuff like that. And maybe, a lack of a work ethic. I think when we were talking before, I mentioned that when we finished up the tour cycle for the Direction of Last Things, I think the last tour we did was October of 2016, Gorguts. We were burnt out. And typically what we do is immediately start writing, record, and hit the road. And everyone was so burnt out. Everyone was burnt out. And like I said, my work ethic was kind of in decline. Some of us were flaking out on band practices. I wasn't delivering in a timely manner. Sasha was writing all this material, and I think he was just kind of getting sick of the shit. So he's like, fuck this. Like, I'm going to quit the band. And Joe had to convince him basically like, dude, take 6 months to a year off. Let's just take a break, breathe, and, see where we're at. And that's basically, what we did. But during that time, I was living my life in Long Beach and working on some other projects. And, unfortunately, that situation unfolded. And I think that was just kind of like a nail in the coffin, just like, dude, this sucks. We don't want to do this, but we can't be involved with this or a part of this, whether it's true or not true, it's just.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. And as it stands, the guys and I, we're on good terms. I mean, we don't hang out, but I mean, we're on good terms. We love each other. I think that we created an awesome legacy together. All the series of records we did was great. And, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, I mean, they've been, and no, this is no disrespect to the band. I love those guys too, all of them.
Absolutely.
But they've been, ever since this whole thing too, they've been struggling to keep a drummer. They've had to switch it out a bunch, because Rudy was hopped in for a bit, but he had to step out too.
Right. Yeah. He was hired gun. I think just, hired for studio purposes. Did a fantastic job, by the way. I mean, all those guys. Matt is great. Even Ash filled in for a show.
That's right.
At one of those festivals in LA. Because you gotta be a good player to keep up with those guys.
Yeah.
I got nothing but love for all those drummers.
Yeah, dude, they all killed it. I mean, I went to, that was one of the last shows I saw before the pandemic. It was
that's right.
Yeah, it was Cult of Luna.
And Emma Ruth Rundle. Yeah. Right.
And that was a crazy night. And then, right after that, it was like, oh, no more shows. It's like, oh, fuck. That's the last show I've, for years, I was, a couple of years, I think it was almost. Like, it's nuts. But I've been to a few shows since. I feel like we're getting back to it.
Yeah. What all have you seen so far?
I went to BT Bam.
Oh, God. They played in Pomona, right?
Yeah. No. Was it Pomona? I don't remember.
I felt like it was a B Market tour or something. Usually, like the Glass House, Pomona. It's kind of
there was them. I saw Opeth and Mastodon at the Palladium.
I missed that one.
That was fun. What else have I seen? I've seen a few shows. I've been to a few shows, mostly comedy. I've been going to the Comedy Store every week now, so it's interesting. But
congratulations on the.
Thank you. Actually, here, let me cheers real quick. I know you're not drinking, but this beer
I don't have anything.
is available on the Knotfest Beer Pit box. Go to knotfestbeerpit.com and get yourself a box. By the time this episode comes out, I think the box will be gone. But
right. Oh well. Still worth mentioning.
Fuck it.
I really remember enjoying the by Belching Beaver. It was the peanut butter milk stout nitro.
They do so.
We had that on draft at Ferns.
I remember.
I don't know
man.
if you okay.
I remember. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I remember having so many good nights at Ferns with you. You know, that's why when that whole thing went down, and you know, you called me like almost right away. We spoke on the phone when the whole thing went down, and I just remember thinking, like, I've never seen you angry. I've never seen you be violent. You're always a sweetheart. You're like a teddy bear.
You know, I was just. Yeah. I mean, it was a crazy time. I was just kind of freaking out and messaging my close friends and people. I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you heard, but you know,
it's wild. It's wild. It's you know, because you don't know what to do in a situation like that either. We're not prepared. It's not like they teach us how to handle these things.
No, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, which one? You know, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have made a knee-jerk statement in the beginning. But you don't know what to do, and when like, you know, you get blasted on the internet and people. You know, or don't know, or just like slandering you. It's like really hard to take in, you know?
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah. The internet has gotten more toxic than ever too. I mean, some people say no, but I mean, I've been around from the beginning, dude. I was there in the first chat rooms and I saw trolls and people being assholes, but like this level, I think it's just a matter of the influence that some of this shit has. The reach. You know what I mean? Just an article can be heard around the world in seconds, you know, when that wasn't even an option a few years back, you know?
I mean, literally, you know, you are guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I look at you know, and no matter what it is, if it's a show, a television show, a video game comes out, like, you know, whatever it may be, you go to Twitter and the trending and just type the name, and then it's just people talking shit and like trying to bury each other, and then it just blows up into slurs, and it's chaos. I'm like, why? I mean, what is the explanation? What is happening?
You know, losers living in their grandmother's basement, you know, and a laptop in the dark.
Sure, but they are responsible now for shit like this happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? It gets spread out through those channels.
Right. And
with no verification and no nothing. And then this,
right. And it just, you know, it essentially it spreads like wildfire, and people just perpetuate, you know, unfounded allegations. And it's like, and that's the thing that sucks about people that carry out these articles. It's like, you know, they all want clickbait, and it's a saucy story, but no one like picks up with the story, you know? Yeah. You know, nobody knows anything about the outcome.
Yeah.
You know,
they report on it. They don't look into it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's your job as a publicist. I mean,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah. If you're going to be a journalist, and I don't consider myself one, by the way, that's a lot of like my issues with people like email me from like PR firms. They're like, well, you got to talk about this specific album and blah, blah. I'm like, look, I'm not alternative press. I'm not Metal Injection. You know what I mean? Like but people call me that, like the journalist, because some people, you know, they say shit and it's news, but look into it. Like, why are we just going to talk about it and then like, we'll see what happens next week? No, like that's someone's life is being fucked right now, you know?
Right. And, you know, man, you know, I went, it was a rough, what is it now? 3.5 years, 4 years now? Shit.
Yeah.
Now, I went through a lot dealing with that. Just serious depression, going through therapy, not playing drums for months.
Yeah.
Just, you know, no desire or motivation. Just like, what the fuck is the point, you know?
Which, if you know Danny personally, you know that's way out of character. Like,
right. So it's just weird, and it just sucks. And like, people need to know what it's like to be on the other side of something like this. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Shouldn't happen to anyone, man, you know? And I'd like to think that throughout the past few years, you know, I've been very humble and, you know, about the situation, very graceful. And I think, you know, maybe I should have been a little bit tougher about it, you know, and I finally got it in me to write a lot of these publications and talk to people, and people are listening, and that's good, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if there is no evidence and and nothing went through and nothing's happening, You know, like what are you doing? You're just damaging a reputation when it should not be happening.
Right. You know, I mean, people have developed their own opinions about the situation, and I think people are going to stick to their guns no matter what. Hopefully, at least people can, you know, at least listen and hear what I have to say and make a judgment call. You know, that's all you can really do, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm with you, dude. Like, look, like I said at the top, I'm married. I respect, listening to women and the Me Too movement, and when it get those assholes that are actually doing stuff out of here. But if it's just out of spite, out of anger, out of a bad toxic relationship type of deal, because I know people like that. My mother's like that, dude. My mom is the vengeful type where like she'll go break his car, like that kind of behavior. Like, let me go key his car. Like what? Like, what? No, stop. So it sucks. And hopefully people pay attention and do a little research and move on. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I just want to, put this shit to an end. I want to be able to move on, and I want other people to move on and just realize, what, it's okay. I'm put here on this earth to play drums and music, and that's what I'm going to continue to do no matter what. That's all I want to do.
So how many projects is it now that are active, that are like 5?
Let's see. So Avitus, we've released 2 EPs. I've never even played with Russ in person. So we wrote all this music over the internet. I'm really proud of it. There's Arötis, which you'll by the end of this month, we'll have a single out available, and then we're going to mix and master the rest of the album, shop some labels. Let's see, what else? Circuit of Suns, that new album. That was just kind of like more of a hired gun recording situation. I don't know that I will be doing anything live with them, but, And then the Vimana stuff, which is, it's in its infancy stage. I'm literally still learning the songs and kind of demoing out my drum ideas for that.
What type of music is it? The Vimana?
Dude, if you like old Cephalic, Remission era, Mastodon, Human Remains. I mean, just think of all like the early Relapse stuff.
Okay.
Like more like hardcore metal, red chord, just super violent, like techie.
I'm into that for sure.
But like raw, but like super raw. I don't know. We're going for that sound, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, and I think there's a death metal band from Florida called Swine Overlord. I'm going to be laying down some tracks for them.
Okay.
So that's still in the works as well. But a lot has happened, since the departure of Intronaut. Like Ozorn.
Yeah.
I worked with those guys for about a year. We did the album Your Killer on Scene Red Records, and played a handful of shows. It's kind of crazy. Our record release date was March 20th of 2020, and obviously that got canceled because of the outbreak. So we never got to do an album release show.
That was like the day or 2 days before.
Literally right when it went into effect, yeah. And then just everything kind of fell apart. And then, Billy, the other guitar player, moved out to Jacksonville, Florida. And, Senior Bill, the main guitar player and singer, just kind of like recently formed a new lineup because it was just, I live all the way out in Ventura County. He's in Long Beach.
Right.
Billy moved to Florida. So I think they just got done recording a new record. I don't even know if they have another guitar player yet, but yeah, that was a lot of fun doing that record. And then that flamenco stuff I did with Ben Woods.
Yep.
I think I told you he used to play with Sean Reiner, Cynic and Death. Sean, rest his soul, lived in Long Beach for a long time before I moved to Long Beach, and he and Ben Woods would hang out a lot, and they were doing a project called Flametal. So, yeah, I mean, you can imagine, Sean's style under this, flamenco riff.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's super awesome. So that was fun working with Ben. I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity, and I think I feel a little overwhelmed recently. I'm kind of like wanting to like cut it back. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do and what do I not want to do? And
Yeah, you know, that happens to me a lot. You put too much, like I put too much on my plate, and it ends up getting to a point where I have to cut back or burn out, you know? And then when I burn out, I end up taking a couple days off to recover, and then I start feeling unproductive. And then I'll put more stuff on the plate, you know?
I was like questioning myself. I'm like, fuck, man, you know, am I just like getting older and lazy? Because I used to be able to handle this much, you know? I'd be like on the road 6-7 months out of the year, touring with like 3 different bands and somehow balancing it out. You know, I turned 40 on Christmas last year, and I'm just like, maybe I'm just getting older.
Yeah, like, that happens.
Can I just have a couple of projects? You know, just
a
couple, you know.
That absolutely happens though, man. It sucks. I mean, I've noticed it myself. Like I used to be the guy that would miss 0 shows, and now I'm just like, maybe I'll catch them on the next run.
Yeah.
I can't go to every show every day, every week. You know what I mean? It's too much.
I think I've only been to 3 concerts since everything opened up again. I went to, I meant to tell you earlier when we were talking about this. I saw Guar, Napalm Death, and I Hate God in Ventura. That was cool.
Nice.
Obituary, Prong, and Black Label Society.
Wow, okay.
And then I saw Skeletal Remains and Teeth. They played some, you know, God, I don't even remember the name of the venue. It was some like kind of ghetto hall, fucking warehouse, LA venue. But it was sick. It was cool.
I went to, I just remembered, and you asked earlier, Knotfest. That was one. That was the one where I was certain I was going to get COVID. Because it was a stadium. And I'm like, I've never seen this many people. I haven't seen this many people in a long time. And then it was just, you know, there was still space between people. I felt I wasn't suffocating. Yeah. But it was still like, I took a video. I'm just like, that's way too many people. Like it's happening. There's and I survived. No COVID from Knotfest, thankfully.
You catch Tool?
No, dude. And I had tickets.
Oh man.
I had tickets, and I had to work. I couldn't go. And it got so sad.
I heard it was a really good mixed set list.
Yeah, they're doing older stuff now too. What a savage. Let's talk about drummers real quick. Right. Danny getting arrested screaming at cops was a pretty fun video to watch.
It's so hilarious because like he's such a big, lovable teddy bear, you know? Yeah. Like one of the kindest human beings I've ever met, you know?
Yeah, dude. He's a good guy, and just seeing that video, I was like,
there had to have been a reason why he got so pissed off. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Someone said something. Something happened. But, you know, I'm glad nothing happened, and he's out, and it was not a big deal.
He's out and rocking. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm laughing because, you know, I'm just broken inside, so I laugh at sadness. But it's a shitty situation getting arrested, I'm sure, and getting your video all over TMZ. But maybe not, you know. That's the internet these days. Negative press is better than good press, apparently, sometimes. It's insane, dude. He's
been playing some of these small jazz fusion gigs around here in Ventura County, like Ojai and Ventura proper. And I've missed all of them. I'm out of town when it's happening or something, but
that's interesting.
You know, small local gig doing something different.
So I want to go back, dude. How are you feeling now mentally in the situation that you're in? Because you know, like I said, that post felt positive, and things are looking up. So how are you feeling right now?
Really good, man.
Yeah,
really good. And it's been a long time coming. Like I said, like 3 years of just fucking depression and just, you know, alcohol.
Did you do anything aside from alcohol abuse? Did you get like therapy? Did you try BetterHelp or any of those things?
Yeah, I did. I was doing therapy for, you know, about a month just to get some direction. I wasn't even sure why. I just wanted someone to, you know, talk to, you know, on the outside, you know, get some opinions. And I don't know why I did it. Just
Well,
seemed
everything
like something I needed to do, and I
yeah.
got some books, and I don't know. I had a lot of time to let this all sink in during the pandemic. I felt, when that shit happened to me, it was like my own mental prison, and that was like my own pandemic, and then that ran right into the actual pandemic, and it was just fucking depressing time.
Well, you're out of it now.
Yeah, I think so. Working with some new people, working with some old people. Hopefully, do some more stuff with Cephalic Carnage too. I mean, they still have Patrice Hanlon as their main drummer, but him being a Canada resident and with COVID and everything makes it kind of complicated, and that was the whole problem with him getting over to do the Psycho Las Vegas stuff. Was that he hadn't gotten his second shot and just some work visa troubles.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like,
No, it's complicated.
Like, dude, and we were actually supposed to play. We were supposed to play San Diego and LA. Because a lot of these bands do. They play a festival. They're already on tour, and they'll book other shows kind of surrounding that. And they booked a show with us and Violence. Psycho Las Vegas promoted this for San Diego and LA, but it got canceled because some members in Violence got COVID. They were the headlining act, and
Yeah.
they talked about rescheduling it this year. I haven't heard anything.
It's tough to reschedule stuff when you never, like, it's still, like I said, we're still in the middle of it. People are acting like we're not, but it's still there's still shit going on. And it's tough. It's a tough time to book anything. Wishful thinking booking is what's going on.
I know, you really never know what's going to happen.
Well, one of the wishful thinking things, the Ocean and Leprous are playing down to the corner of my building. Like, I'm going to be able to walk. For the first time ever, I'm going to be able to walk to a show that I care about.
That's awesome.
I've never done that. Like, I've never been able to just wobble home after a show, just drunk, It's down the street. I can make it home. Yeah,
I definitely put that on my list of shows to go to for sure. I haven't seen the Ocean guys in forever. We spent a lot of time with them on the road. I think we toured with the Ocean. We did like a small West Coast thing in the States with them, and then we toured with them twice in Europe. So those dudes are our homies. It'd be awesome to see them. What month are they doing this?
Next month, March. Leprous.
March.
Yeah, at the El Rey Theater, and I can see it out my window right now.
I haven't been there in a while.
Come hang. Let's do it. Let's go to that show.
I think last time I went there, I saw Secret Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who were they playing with? Because I went to that show, but I had to leave early because I felt like shit.
I can't remember.
I think
fuzzy.
I want to say Boris. I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up. But I know that I went to that show and I had to leave because I had a pounding headache and I couldn't focus. I don't know what the hell it was, but yeah. Dude, speaking of pounding headaches, I'm kind of a Neanderthal, and I end up hitting my head on a lot of things sometimes, like cabinet doors and whatever. Mm-hmm. And did you hear what happened? Like, they finally said what Bob Saget's caused, like what killed him. And
right. Did he have a stroke or something?
No, he hit his head trauma.
Okay.
So apparently, like, he hit his head in the hotel room and thought nothing of it and, like, laid down and just didn't wake up.
Fuck.
And I'm like, dude, you know how many times I do that? I'm like, I'll hit my head on a cabinet. I'm like, oh, let me just lay down and sleep it off. Not doing that anymore. Fuck. Who knows? That's such a weird thing to happen. Like, you just bump your head and then you just don't wake up. Like,
yeah, that's scary. That's
fuck.
Scary.
It's what makes me want to, like, be more productive and try to be healthier and focused and, like, all right, what do I got to do to stay focused? Because you see it everywhere. People are losing their minds on the internet, what we were just talking about with the trolling behavior or whatever they call it, the hit jobs or the review bombing, and people are going nuts. And
I mean, it's already been a thing for years. But, going through a pandemic, and it gets even worse because that's all you really have. You're just stuck at home, so you're just on the internet.
Yeah, I hear it. Even I have to, like, I force myself every day a certain amount of time there's a couple things like my dog. I have to walk my dog, so that's guaranteed like 30-40 minutes of nothing.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing this thing now where I do my I just lay down in bed with my wife for 15 minutes during our breaks from work.
Yeah.
And we call it cuddle time. We just turn off our phones and just lay in bed and just fucking chill. And it's like I need that. That's part of like meditation. Disconnect completely. Stay away from the chaos, and then you'll be able to understand. You'll see the chaos, and you could be like, "Oh, whoa, let's tone it down a little bit." Because
I think everyone could benefit from that.
Yeah,
for sure. I've been trying to get out more, running a little bit and riding my bicycle. Getting some fresh air and vitamin D, and I don't know, drumming more, obviously.
Yeah. Are you working? So you're still bartending?
Still bartending. Yeah, I'm out in Ventura County, bartending at a really busy sports bar. So, and Sunday,
Super God, that's right.
Yeah, it's going to be a total shit show, but money to be made, so it'll be worth it.
Are you wearing, and you have to wear a mask the whole time bartending, huh?
No. They dropped the mask mandate, I think.
Oh, that's right. In North California, they did, yeah.
Monday that starts. I mean, there's a lot of other bars in town that have just said fuck it, and they're already not wearing masks. They're like, what is COVID going to go away on Monday? Like,
yeah.
if we already don't need to, so.
That's
but we're complying because we don't.
So how many hours have you spent bartending with a mask on?
6 to 8 hours a day. 5 shifts a week. Yeah, it can be brutal.
Do you get any like?
We're getting used to it. It's just you sweat a lot, and
You get any like beard situations, like built up mucus from just fucking grinding all day?
No, but it'll look kind of funny when I take the mask off.
Oh yeah, there's the mask dent. That's what I call it down here.
Yeah. There's that, and at this point, I feel like my ears are going to be like permanently pulled down from the strings. It's going to be sticking out.
Yeah, dude. It's tough, but like you said, you got to comply, and I don't understand the issue. Like all these people that are, I'm fuck the masks. It's like, okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. I hate them too. I hate them. They suck. Yeah. But I don't want to like a fine. I don't want to get kicked out of a place. I want to be able to go to a show.
Yeah, I want to be able to fly. I want to be able to travel and do all that.
And if that's what it takes, then fuck it. I'll put on a mask then. It's not that big a deal, okay?
What about my rats? Don't get me started.
And
everything we witnessed during the pandemic.
I see these people, and then what are you talking about? Do you know that in Cuba, which is only 90 miles away from Florida, there's like a book you get where you get a certain amount of food, and they, when you're out of the food that they provided you, you don't get any more food. Like that's your rights being violated, not having to wear a mask. It's not the same thing.
It's not.
You get a family, you get 1 bag of rice and 1 carton of eggs and some soy milk in a bag. That's what you get. And if you're really lucky that week, you get some soy beef. And I mean, it's healthy. I appreciate that they're providing healthy food to the people.
Yeah, 2020. What a strange time to just kind of observe everything. Just the amount of conspiracy theories that surface, QAnon, insurrection of the Capitol, just like how president handled it. It was just so gnarly. I'm like, what's going on?
I started smoking daily. I wasn't smoking daily. I was just smoking on the weekends. I'm like, nope, I need to be high for this. If we're going to live in this timeline, I'm gonna be stoned for it. Fuck that. Yeah. It was a bit much. I'm glad it's people complain now about the president that's there, Sleepy Joe. He's not doing anything. You know what? Good. I don't need to wake up every day in a panic. Like, what's happening now?
Shit.
It's all burning. I got a fucking go bag. I bought a gun. I have knives now. Like, I was never that type of person.
I already had enough anxiety. Damn it.
Yeah. Now I'm like ready to go. Now I'm like, fuck it. If it's going to happen, I have my backup plan. I have a route prepared where I'm going to go pick up certain people. I'm gonna build a Mad Max camp. Like, we're good. I have a welder.
Okay.
I have a welder part of the crew. So when the shit hits the fan, come look for Camp RRBG. That's where we'll be setting up camp in the Mad Max post-apocalypse, just having fun.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, that's Austin, Texas. Never mind.
Oh, oops, too soon.
Anyway, brother, I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. I'm mentally and you're in a better place. I'm glad to hear that people are finally coming to their senses and removing these articles. I don't want to skirt around it. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like, it sucked. You had to go through some shit, but you made it. And that's the same advice I give. I give that advice to anyone that's going through some shit with the pandemic too. Like, you're still here.
Absolutely.
You're here and you're doing shit, and that's what matters.
Yeah, just look forward to what's to come, and I'm excited to go out and start going to more shows again and hanging out with people like you and catching up with everyone. I was really bummed I didn't see you at Psycho Las Vegas, but
I could not make it. A lot of complications, a lot of reasons why I didn't make it. Primarily the fact that they did not respond to my emails about doing more stuff with them, which I've done for a couple of years in a row.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
And I was just like, hey, the show's just getting bigger. If you'd like to do stuff, and then never got a response. So whatever. It is what it is. I know that they got other people doing stuff there. So, and I think like the 2 Minutes of Late Night, Jordan, he's a friend. And I think they were doing stuff, so good. If they'd rather go with that, he's a fucking pro. I have no hate in my heart, so he deserves it. He's been.
Yeah, it would have been good to see you. Like I said, it was just such a trip to see everyone.
Yeah,
it seemed like everyone almost forgot that the pandemic had even happened. It was just like everyone picked up where they left off. Like it was weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how it is. That's the human brain. Like, I mean, when you have a good friend, no matter the distance, like when you guys meet up again, it's like nothing has changed. You feel that vibe, Hopefully, some people change, but I feel that way whenever I run into someone I haven't seen in a while. I just feel the instant, like, no time has changed. I'm gonna grab your balls. Mm-hmm. That's what's gonna happen when I see. So, Avitus.
Arötis.
Circus of Suns, Arötis, Vimana.
Vimana, yeah, those are
and
all.
What was the other one that was
Swine Overlord?
Swine Overlord.
Yeah.
There we go.
So there's gonna be a lot of records coming out this year. A lot of stuff.
How do people find some of this stuff? What's the best option for people to find everything that they need to find?
Well, you can definitely find the Avitus stuff. On Apple Music, Spotify, and just Bandcamp. You can stream it or you can buy it.
And I highly recommend it because it's so
awesome.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm stoked on it. And then as far as the other stuff, I'm sure it'll be the same thing. I think Vimana is already speaking to a label at the moment. And
nice.
What else? The Ozorn stuff that was on Scene Red Records, so you can find that anywhere.
Do you have links to all this stuff like on your social thing, on your Instagram, on your Instagram? Totally. So
yeah, Instagram, Facebook, all that.
You have a link tree? Is that one of those? Did you get one of those?
Yeah, that's what the kids are doing.
That's what the kids have. You got to get a TikTok. You have a TikTok, right?
I do. I was reluctant to. Yeah, I do.
Me too. I got one. By the way, yeah, guys, I have a TikTok. Go check it out and give me views.
I'm looking you up right now.
Yeah, I've been putting just clips from the show. Like, I get rid of my own face, which maybe is a bad move because face exposure and whatever. But I don't care. I don't want it's about the guest. So I put the guest right in the TikTok video. Mm-hmm. If they find a clip of something interesting that they're saying, and then just throw it up there, and it's doing okay.
Yeah, a little bit helps. I mean, I'm still a little not too sure how to utilize that tool. I mean, I
Yeah.
have.
How do you monetize that? How do you monetize TikTok?
I mean, I'm not, lip syncing and dancing and shaking my butt on TikTok.
Maybe you should.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. Go do it at the bar, dude. Just like stand,
Right?
get a pair of tearaway pants and just.
It's first time for everything.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that shit either. Fuck that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not dancing or singing along. You know which one I hate the most? Now is the popular thing to do is celebrity on one side of the screen reacting to somebody else's TikTok video. And then that's the celebrity's TikTok video. It's them reacting to that. Oh boy. That's to me that's like the bottom of content. The worst of the worst.
Yeah, I don't really need it.
No, I don't. Why do I need to see Howie Mandel reacting to TikTok videos? Like, I don't need to see this.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the at Danny Walker for your Instagram or for where they can find all of the things?
Danny Walker Drummer.
Danny Walker Drummer.
Yeah.
On all of the
that
things.
Pretty much goes for all things social media. Yeah. Pretty easy. Yeah.
I appreciate you sitting with me, man. I know we've had this conversation. We've tried to get this going for a while, and I'm just glad that you're in a better place and everything seems to be moving positive. And just maybe sound a little weird, but it seems to me like a lot of my friends are having progressions in their lives, that a positive progression. And I don't want to get all hippy dippy, but it just feels like we're in a different age now. Because I feel like a lot of my friends are getting opportunities, things are blowing up for everybody, while everything is still chaos, and we still have the pandemic, and we still have lockdowns and bullshit and politics and trolls. All of that negativity exists, but I do feel that everyone is rising above it.
All right. So Mercury and Gatorade.
Yeah, Mercury and Gatorade. It's the age of Aquarius or Sagittarius or whatever that may be. It definitely does feel different. I think I'm really happy that that you're going. You're doing it.
That's why I hit you up. I was just like, I think it's time. Just don't think I was really in the place or ready yet. It's just a little skeptical and paranoid and worried about backlash and a lot of things.
Right.
So
understandably so. It's a tough situation, but you've endured it, and like you said, you got a lot of positivity coming out, a lot of music.
Yes, sir.
I love you and hope to see you at that ocean show down the street. We can come over here and have a drink and walk over there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's schedule that shit. Yeah,
I will.
We will.
I'll talk to Mr. Staps.
All
Let
right.
him know we're coming.
Yes. Robin.
Yes.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, thanks again, man. I love you too.
Yeah, man. Take care. And everybody watching and listening, I hope you listened. I hope you're watching. And go check out Danny's bands. Their Avitus is fucking killer. It's the one that I've sat down and listened to it with headphones, which is a rarity these days for me. If it's on the TV, I'll just let it play while I'm working. But I sat there with headphones. Good fucking shit. I'm really stoked.
Thank you. Cool.
All right, guys. Yes, follow Danny. Follow his projects. And, dude, thanks again, man.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right. Take care.
Cheers.
Right. Bye.